Hi, it's Dany for the Rock Phone company. So today I have been asked to test the new number one. It's called the X2. So it's a RUG phablet. So it's a 5.5 inch and it's a 4G phablet. So it's quite interesting. It's also IP68 and shock resistance, and it has a 13 megapixel camera and 5 megapixel webcam. So when I receive the phablet, the first thing that I note it's big. It's really a large phone. When you take it in your hand, it's really the maximum you can take. It's also very thin for a RUG phone. Usually RUG phones are much thicker than this, and it's also quite light for the size. It seems well finished. It seems strong, but not as strong as a Land Rover A9, or for example here I have a Snowpo M8, and it doesn't feel as strong. So it really depends the use you're gonna have. But the plastic here, the hard plastic, looks stronger here than here. Here it seems a little light, and when you look at the side, so it's a softer plastic here. Here it seems to be made to absorb the shocks, but it doesn't seem as rugged or strong as this one. So you can have it in two colors, so in black and orange or yellow like this, or fully black. So if we look at the front here, so you have the 3 Android buttons, so home, menu and back. We have the webcam here. Here you access to the earphone, the jack, and here you access to the USB, so micro V2. You have the speaker, loudspeaker, and so it's written number one, H20 submersible, IP68, shock resistance, and you have the 13 megapixel camera with a LED flash here. So you have the power button, and really if you want to start the phone you really have to push hard. Same here, if you want to change the volume, you have really to push hard to really to make the button operate. So now let's review the accessories and the box. So this is the box for the number one X2. We have here references, email code, and here it says it's an X2 5.5 inch screen, 1 GB RAM, 8 GB ROM, and the CPU is a MSM 8916, which is a Snapdragon 410, and it's 1.3 GHz. So it comes also with a second screen protector, because you have here one already installed on the screen. It comes with earphone, with silicone here. It comes with a USB V2 cable and a charger, and depending where you will order the phone from, it will be European plug, UK plug, or US plugs. And let's check here just this part of the cable. It's very long. It's because the plug here is far away inside the smartphone, so I think it's quite difficult to find a second cable like this, so I would advise to order a second one with the phone. And it comes also with a multi-purpose tool. The first reason to have this is to be able to open the back but it's a can opener, bottle opener, and so on. And actually it's quite sharp. So I have now opened the back. So you have only access to the SIM cards and TF card. The battery is here and you don't have access to it. And it's a quite big battery. It's a 4500 milliamps. And as you can see, this is a normal SIM, this is micro SIM, and you have the TF drive up to 64 gigabyte. So the phone is started already, so it's quite fast, you don't have lag, a lot of widgets to be installed. So we have two games here that we have installed. We'll review the games at the end of the video. Here we have the GPS data. Let's see now how is working the GPS. So now you can see the screen outside. So the fix is very fast, so it's 1 second. And you have a lot of reflection, but this is due to the factory here film that I should remove, but I will not remove it because I have a friend that buys a phone, so it's strong enough to operate in outside. So it's bright enough. Okay, here we have Wi-Fi analyzer. So how much it score? 76, 79, and average here, the hotspot is on another floor, about 10 meters far away, and usually a good average score is 74. So here it's less than average, but as we will see, it doesn't affect the browsing. So let's review now the AnTuTu benchmark. So we have to compare this phone to a MediaTek 4-core, and the 4-core in MediaTek it's about 20,000 at AnTuTu. Here it's almost the same, also 20,000. So it's about the same performance as a MediaTek CPU. But here you have a HD screen, which may be lower a little bit the score compared to a QHD screen, for example. Let's check the info. So it's number 1 for the brand, X2 for the model. So we have Snapdragon 410, Adreno 306. So 720 times 1280. Interesting thing is the camera resolution. So 13 megabyte, it's quite high for a RUG phone. Image 35. So it's a 1 gig RAM phone. So you have about 5.5 gig left on the 8 of capacity. CPU, so what's new with the Snapdragon from Qualcomm is that it's a 64-bit, so now the apps doesn't really use the 64 bits. They are developed mainly in 32 bits, but I think in the year to come you will have more and more 64-bit apps. So it's a 4-core. So it's not a 1.3 gigahertz, like they say on the box. It's a 1.2. So the Qualcomm is 400 megahertz, 320 dpi. Let's see how many points Okay, 4 points. Webcam is 5 meg, so it's quite a high resolution webcam. So it runs Android 4.4.4. NFC is not supported. And we have direction sensor, G sensor, acceleration sensor, light sensor, e-compass, proximity sensor, and that's all. So we don't have the outdoor sensor like the temperature, pressure, ambient, humidity. So it's not as rugged as, for example, the Land Rover A9, which has all this sensor. So average score for a quad-core CPU. Let's see how much RAM we have left. So here 376 megabit of RAM on the 1 gig, but I have already installed many apps. So YouTube, so actually YouTube I have installed it for the test, the autonomy test. So the battery is big, it's 4500, and actually it lasts 6 hours and 5 minutes. I let the phone run under YouTube, and it stopped after 6 hours, so it's quite good autonomy, especially for a large screen like this one. Remember, it's a 5.5 inch screen, Gorilla Glass, so it's a phablet actually. It's not a smartphone, it's called a phablet. So phone settings. So you have Bluetooth, SIM management. So remember, it's a 4G LTE. Storage, apps. So let's see how much memory we have left. 5.5 gigabyte free. So it's a lot. So you will be able to install many apps on this phone. It's very big. Location, security, languages. So let's see the languages. As it comes with Android 4.4, it comes with a lot of languages. This is it. You have also wireless printing if your printer is Wi-Fi. So it's cool. It's KitKat. Okay, calendar, search, calculator, browser. Let's go to, do I have bookmarks here? Let's go to MSN. So I don't know why it's MSN here in German. But it's fast and it's quite convenient to read on a 5.5 inch screen. So remember, the hotspot is quite far away from here, but still I have Wi-Fi. Messaging, phone, profile manager, SIM toolkit, stopwatch, camera. So it's a good camera. It has a face recognition in the webcam and on the back. Clock, downloads, email, file manager, radio. So for the radio you need to put your earphone, galleries, flashlight. So it's the only outdoor function of the phone, just the light. Music. Quite strong for the music, so it's good speaker. Sound recorder, video, Play Store. So it has original Play Store, so you can install apps, game, movies, music, books. And a lot of the apps are actually free of charge, so you can install Facebook, Viber, Skype, WhatsApp and so on. Gmail and Google Map. So if you don't have the app you want, you just push on Play Store and you can install it. Here also interesting to see, so to give the waterproof, here you have O-ring. This is a small and strong piece of plastic. Okay, let's now check the games. How it performs with games.
T-Bus is suppressing fire. Soldier, what the hell are you? Damn it, sorry, sir. Did not see your wreck. Is your team nearby?
No team, just crash landed from off-world. What the hell is Voltrex doing on Earth?
Okay, let's kill some aliens. So I had some lags. So there are some lags. So it's not a lot of lag, but it's enough not to enjoy really the play game. This is a lag, so Okay, that's all for me today. So it's not strong enough to play well to Nova 3. Let's try now Real Racing 3. Okay, let's do one lap. So it doesn't seem to lag for the intro. So I am in fully automatic mode. So I just have to steer basically. So it doesn't lag, it's very fluid. And let's push the car, okay, to finish first. Okay. So it does much better on Real Racing 3 than Nova 3. So it really depends how the game is optimized for the GPU. So here's Adreno 306. Let's say it's not bad, especially for a ROG phone. So what's my opinion? So it's not as rugged as Snopo M8 or Land Rover A9. It's rugged enough for, you know, to go on weekend, to go in vacation with it. But if you really want to do something extreme, I really would not recommend, because first, even though it's a Gorilla Glass, it's a 5.5 inch, so it's more vulnerable to impacts. Also, it's even though it's strong enough for everyday use, I think for outdoor it's not strong enough. The plastic here is not as strong as a M8, for example. So yeah, okay, it's waterproof, it's shockproof, but not as much as this. So it really depends what you want to do. So it has 4G, it has a big screen. As said, it's waterproof. It's written here IP68, and it's also given shockproof. So yeah, it's not my favorite ROG phone, but if you are using it as a daily phone, it's maybe more practical than a phone like this one. So it's Dany for the ROG Phone Company, and see you soon for a new review on some new ROG phone.